I'm here with Mr. Raymond Tan, a concerned citizen who has been helping out the Orang Asli of Mukim Tanjung Duabelas here in Kuala Langat, particularly the people who are residing in Pulau Kempas. They have a lot of issues. One is obviously the land that they now reside, which has been gazetted as their reserve by the British Colonial government, doesn't seem to have recognition by the independent government of Malaysia. Mr. Tan, what exactly are the issues concerning the Orang Asli of Mukim Tanjung Duabelas at the moment?
The mining of earth is just part of the problem. How these excavations and this sand issue, the red earth, is simply boils down to the recognition of the status of the Orang Asli, or the natives, our land rights. Now we have a gazette. The gazette actually covers 17,900 acres, and it falls under a forest reserve. And in that gazette, in this particular gazette, it's stated very clearly that the Orang Asli has got a special privilege, a special rights over the land. Now, when it comes to this special privilege of the Orang Asli, it has been widely been misinterpreted. What are their special privilege? Now, to our understanding and our research, my personal research, the special privilege meaning is simply spells out that they own the land, and of course it boils down to tanah adat lah. Of course, then so on and so forth for whichever adat that was created previously. Now, the problem why this red earth has been stolen or excavated all over around this Mukim Tanjung Duabelas, which has got more than 10 excavation sites. It has been ongoing for the past more than 3 years actually, but recently because of certain projects that's all around this Klang Valley, and the only place for these contractors or the developers to get access to this red earth is from Pulau Kempas or Mukim Tanjung Duabelas, because these are the only areas left with red earth. So recently the district officer or the penguasa has came up with an excuse that they've been trying to arrest all these people. They have investigated into all these issues or this excavation, but they don't seem to be able to catch hold of any of the culprits.
Now, do you have a letter from the authorities stating that they have been trying to investigate the people who have been mining this, and presumably the mining has been, or the excavation of this earth has been done illegally?
Yes, we I think about 3 weeks ago we did receive a letter from penguasa pejabat tanah Kuala Langat, from the penguasa saying that they have done an investigation, and they did say very clearly in the letter that the excavation was done illegally, and there are holes everywhere, and they have given summon to the company. But when the letter was when we received the letter, it was very much questionable, because what we complain about, it's about a kilang batu bata, a brick factory, and they claim that they own this land with the status of perindustrian. Now, this particular lot is right in the middle of the forest reserve. Now, I cannot find any part of the land code or the constitution or any law that says that you can convert a land right in the middle of the jungle.
Have you made a police report regarding this?
We have made many police reports, but like I said, the excavation has been taking place in this whole of forest reserve.
Pertaining to the brickworks that you're mentioning, okay, how do you know that the area that is now part of this industrial or semi-industrial area where the brickworks now is situated, how do you know that they have not been given a permit or that has been demarcated for light industry by the state government? How do you know for sure?
The state government has got every right, or the district officer has got every right to convert the land. but then again, there are protocols, there are guidelines, what type of land you can convert and what you can't do, and so this particular lot, I'm very sure that it's a forest reserve and it has been wrongfully been converted, because on the left or on the right, whichever direction you go, it's either Malay reserve or forest reserve or plantation land. You can't just have an industrial land right in the middle of all these separate different type of categories.
Okay. How do you know that this property that's been operated by these brickworks have not been legally converted and leased to them?
First of all, I personally made a phone call to PTD, many phone calls in fact, and to the penguat kuasa as well. The officer told me there's no such permit been out for red earth in the whole of Kuala Langat district. For whatever reason, why they didn't come up with this permit, we do not know. But for sure, that is what that has been claimed by PTD. That was why we follow up with a letter asking that how come there are people excavating red earth. The excavations are like people from this particular plantation that's been clearing out the hills. Their housing development by the developers clearing out the hill for the use of the purpose of red earth to rebuild the house and all this project. And also other industrial lot has been producing bricks. Now bricks are made out of red earth or any other minerals, but since there's no permit out, so how can they operate under this land? It doesn't matter what category they hold on that lot. It's just that the permit don't exist. By right, you should stop the operation, and the penguat kuasa should shut them down, since they already claim and made a siasatan or report saying that they are illegally excavating it. So why don't just come up with a stop work order?
This brick factory and some of the mining that's been, or some of the excavation that's been happening here, relies very near to the village. Okay, what are the concerns of the Orang Asli in that village?
It's like I said, it's not a matter about royalty. It's not about the money, and in fact, it's not even about the ownership of the land. It's about people operating all this excavation and lorries. There are 100 over lorries coming in and out of the Kampung, and the road has been badly damaged. There are many holes has been created, new holes all over around this Kampung, and environmentally it's very badly damaged. And when we complain, when we fail to get a decision from pejabat tanah Kuala Langat, we tried different approach. We went to JPS, Alam Sekitar, the environment, and all this department denied that they are involved. They were involved, or one way or the other. They do not have power over the state of Selangor. That was what they claimed by Alam Sekitar and JPS.
Mr. Tan, when was this area, Mukim Tanjung Duabelas, gazetted as an Asli reserve, and has it been mapped where this area is clearly shown as a reserve? And you mentioned about special privileges of the Orang Asli. Is there documentation to say that there are special privileges for the Orang Asli?
Under this gazette, there are special privileges for the Orang Asli. Now, it was done in 1927 by the British government then, and it all started in the about a century back. Which the fact is, the whole of Kuala Langat district has been constituted as a Sakai reserve, meaning it's a Sakai country. So when you look at this 17,900 acres of forest reserve, of course, 90 years ago, the Orang Asli don't live in the bandar. They live in the jungle. That was why the forest reserve was attached. The Gazette was attached with a special privilege that the Aslis are there to use under their so-called special privilege to use whatever they have above the land. Meaning they own they memang own the land. Just that.
Okay, is there a map to show that this 17,900 acres is clearly Asli Reserve?
Yes, we recently we found all the relevant documents saying that the whole Kuala Langat district has been constituted. Just not that, we have all the boundaries, all the gazette, all the residential gazette, and it has been properly documented. Previously, I mean, the government says that it wasn't mapped before. I think that is wrong. It's all wrong, because it's been properly documented for the whole of Kuala Langat. In fact, the whole of Kuala Selangor.
Okay, I want to ask you. When we're driving in, I saw a lot of palm oil plantation, apart from the one area that's been excavated for earth, I presume, and then the brickworks. Those plantations, who do they belong to?
The plantation now has been taken over by this koperasi called Kampung Bukit Sri Chiding. It's a koperasi, you know. They put up a big signboard, and they are basically the agents to deal with land. They lease out land, land conversion, of course.
Okay, this koperasi, who are members of this koperasi? Are the Orang Asli here members of the koperasi?
No, none of them. The Orang Asli has got anything to do with this koperasi.
Okay, so how do the Orang Asli here manage a livelihood?
They work as planters. Some of them get about 800 ringgit a month. A few of them maybe get about 1,000 odd a month. But the main issue here, the problem is the production, the productivity, the actual income of the plantation. The profit has been held or governed by this so-called koperasi, and by certain people that runs this koperasi. Asli do not have a share. They are just like the Felda settlers. They are just workers. Standard equivalent, if you were to compare, they're equivalent to the so-called foreign workers.
The houses that the Orang Aslis are living now, that plot of land, okay, who owns that?
Oh, that's a very good question. Actually, we have requested PTD, State ESCO, quite a few authorities to certify, or at least let the Asli know where are their land, where their houses are. What's the status of the land? What happened to the gazette? Where are the boundaries? The pejabat tanah don't seems to be able to produce these documents. They are saying all they're saying is, you live there, you are illegally staying there. So anyway, by the way, all these houses has been built by this Orang Asli themselves.
For a community of people who have been here longer than any other communities in Malaysia, they seem to be the most marginalized section of the population. They don't own the land that they have been living in for hundreds of years from their great-great-grandparents, and until now they don't seem to have any status as to their property or the area that they claim to be their reserve, that is Mukim Tanjung Duabelas of Kuala Langat. Mr. Tan, thank you very much for sharing with us your thoughts on the Orang Aslis of Mukim Tanjung Duabelas.
Thank you, sir.
We hope that although it's a bit of a far-fetched call, we hope that things will work out for them after so many years.
Thank you, sir.